All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Chicago Bears in today's video, folks. They just wrapped up day 6 of training camp. The reason that's important is pads are officially on. And I keep seeing two players in specific all over Twitter, all over social media in relation to the Chicago Bears training camp from the last couple of practices. Those two names are Tyler frickin' Scott and Gervon Dexter Sr. Two players coming off underwhelming rookie seasons. Gervon did get going a little bit more towards the final month of the season, but folks, Caleb Williams having some moments. The defense apparently is just absolutely freaking cooking. This is all expected. Caleb's had his moments, but struggling. The offense is struggling with some penalties. But I do want to talk about Tyler Scott, Gervon Dexter Sr., and a bunch more other Bears players. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Bears content. Bears fans, if you try and get this video to 150 likes, that would seriously mean the absolute world to me. We had a tweet here from Zach Pearson. We'll start it off with just a quick little recap on the day. This is Zach Pearson saying, I'd say the defense won the day. They got after the offense today. Gervon Dexter was someone I thought had a huge day getting into the backfield and making plays. Offense had a successful 2-minute drill to end it. We're going to be talking about that 2-minute drill in just a couple of minutes here. But folks, everyone, I'm not really necessarily talking about Bears fans, but everyone can agree, I would say, that the biggest weakness, concern, question mark, something of that nature would be the defensive end, the other defensive end, or I guess just like the defensive line in general, because, you know, Montez Sweat is a star edge rusher in the NFL, and he was an absolute freaking beast when the Bears traded for him at last year's deadline. But then they didn't really do too much, like a lot of Bears fans were thinking, to address the other edge rusher. So the thought process here is that Gervon Dexter Sr., and like, you know, I forget if this was in OTAs or just after OTAs, Gervon had on his lock screen like all of his goals for the season, and he kept saying, like, you know, he like quoted somebody on Twitter, but basically he kind of alluded to this breakout season months ago. And they have DeMarcus Walker, who last season said he was only 75% healthy. And then they drafted Austin Booker in the 5th round out of Kansas. And to me, Austin Booker long-term is going to be the starting edge rusher opposite of Montez Sweat. And having guys like Gervon Dexter Sr. on the interior defensive line are only going to make everything easier. People were freaking out about the defensive line in general. And I would say, you know, once again, we heard this from Ryan Poles last week. They like the group right now, and they're always going to continue to look how to improve that group. And that's just not even necessarily speaking specifically with the defensive line room. That's just the entire team in general. So moving forward, another tweet here from Zach Pearson. Caleb Williams threw a dart to Keenan Allen over the middle in 2 minutes. Beautiful throw. Next play, he overthrows Rome Odunze on the end zone. Busted coverage on the play from 29-9. Next play, Williams hits Tyler Scott for a 35-yard touchdown. What a sequence. So this is what I'm saying. This is flying all over social media. We had it playing, or we should have had it playing in the first clip of the day. Tyler Scott, Caleb Williams are forming this chemistry. They're forming this duo here. And, you know, I'll say this one more time because I'm kind of sick of saying it myself, because you guys understand the drill here. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, wide receivers get banged up all the time. It's just like the wide receiver and defensive back room. You need as much depth as humanly possible, or you want as much depth as humanly possible in those two groups, because, you know, guys get banged up all the freaking time. So that's where Tyler Scott comes, and he's going to be important. And also, you know, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, DeAndre Swift, you know, Rashawn Johnson, etc. Khalil catching out of the backfield. But my point is, one of these 3 receivers is going to, they're bound to miss at least one football game this upcoming season. God forbid, you know, I got my biggest eye on Keenan Allen because getting up there in age, you know, got injured at the end of last season. But you're going to want these guys rested. You're going to want these guys healthy. And you're going to need to rely on guys like Tyler Scott, whether it's all 3 of them are healthy, whether all 3 of them are hurt, it doesn't matter. Wide receiver number 4, Tyler Scott, book it. This was just a huge question mark heading into the season because he had such an underwhelming year, but so did every wide receiver on the Chicago Bears not named DJ Moore last season. But Tyler Scott's a dude I keep seeing everywhere. All right. And then, like we said at the beginning of the video, keep seeing Gervon Dexter's name. This one's another one from Zach Pearson. Holy smokes, Gervon Dexter was up in the backfield in a hurry, blew up the play. Then we got another one. Defense is getting after the offense right now. Gervon Dexter at the center of it. Just absolutely amped. Love my Florida Gators and love my SEC football players. And I think Gervon Dexter, I think he's more than just talk that we were just mentioning from earlier this past summer. So we got just a recap here from 79th and House, one of my favorite Bears guys on Twitter here. That'll do it for the first padded practice. Some notable highlights was a chippy practice today. DeMarcus Walker and Montez Sweat got into an altercation with Gerald Everett, ended quickly. Players shook hands afterwards. The defensive line was the highlight today with some quick reactions to condense the pocket for Caleb in the quarterback room. Defense dominated, but today's offensive scheme was more horizontal than vertical. Lots of slips and bubble screens. Big play highlight was on a run touchdown pass from Caleb Williams to Tyler Scott. Gervon Dexter was quick off the ball several times today, appears slimmer as well. Offense always going to struggle. We keep mentioning it. Red zone's really what I got my eye on with the Chicago Bears because it's something Justin Fields really struggled with. Too many field goals as opposed to touchdowns. But keep in mind, guys, all of them are learning it. Everyone here is learning a new playbook in Shane Waldron, the brand new offense coordinator coming on over. And you see this translate in the offense, not only in miscues with Caleb Williams. A lot of people like this thing. A lot of people will see these offensive woes on Twitter, and the first thing that'll come to your head is, oh, Caleb Williams struggled today. 5 false starts between the 1s and 2s during the full team series today. So just to give you kind of an idea of how uneasy things are going, learning this new system, learning this new scheme. Everyone's playing, it's a brand new rookie quarterback. No one's played with them. So got to get the communication down. Got to get this fixed up. First preseason games in a couple of days from now, August 1st, Hall of Fame game against the Houston Texans. We're not sure if Caleb Williams is going to play. If Caleb Williams doesn't play, I would be extremely freaking surprised. But one other player I want to mention who's been getting a lot of hype is actually the entire defensive back room. I was going to say Kevin Byard, the safety addition from the Philadelphia Eagles. This was touted widely across NFL media as an overpay. Never really made much sense to me, especially when you look at the depth in the safety room for the Chicago Bears. Kevin Byard was a huge freaking pickup, but one player I keep seeing his name as well. We talked about him a lot more in last night's video. Tyrique Stevenson. This guy's entering year 2. He said having 4 interceptions in his rookie season makes him feel like he belongs here. He's going for all-pro honors this year, and I was just kind of fantasizing, geez, just dude, could you imagine if you had Jalen Johnson, an all-pro center, and Tyrique Stevenson, an all-pro cornerback, and Tyrique Stevenson, another all-pro cornerback? That would be quite a tandem to have. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Chicago Bears /NFL content. Guys, let me know which player, could be Tyler Scott, could be Gervon Dexter, could be any player on the Chicago Bears. What guy, after the first padded practice, are you most excited about to see live in preseason and ultimately the regular season? Have a great freaking weekend. We'll see you guys tomorrow. But in the meantime, peace. Let me know down below.